Friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to start with our revision session of SST. We will cover 3 chapter MCQs here, 2 chapters of political science and 1 chapter of economics. Chapters of political science are power sharing and federalism, and economics chapter development we will do here. Okay, few MCQs, competency based, assertion design questions. So let's start. So the first question on the screen: a multilingual country faces intense political unrest because the majority linguistic group monopolizes university admissions and civil service posts, which measure in Sri Lanka's post independence history mirrors this exact practice. Hanji. What could be the reason? Which measure they had taken? Have you understood the question? They're saying that imagine there is a country where people speak many different languages. Okay, where people speak many different languages. For example, our country India, people speak Hindi, English, Tamil, Kannada, Punjabi, many languages, है ना? So what was there? There is a heavy political fighting. There is a heavy political fighting, है ना? Because the largest language group, the majority, which controls all the university admissions and government jobs, leaving the minority groups out. That's injustice, right? So which measure in Sri Lanka's post independence history, जब उनको फ्रीडम मिल गया उसके बाद, was the exact practice, the constitutional mandate to protect foster Buddhism? No. What is the correct answer? The creation of autonomous provincial councils in northern regions? No. This was later demanded by Tamil minority, but it was not the exact measure taken by the Sri Lanka's post-independence history, right? The 1956 Act establishing preferential policies for Sinhala applicant. That is the absolutely correct answer. B option. D option was also incorrect. Now question number 2 MCQ. Country X has central and state governments but creates a distinct third body elected by citizens belonging to one language group. एक कंट्री एक्स है, उसके सेंट्रल एंड स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स, बट कहते हैं उन्होंने थर्ड बॉडी विच वाज इलेक्टेड बाय द सिटीजंस and it was belonging to one language group and it was responsible for cultural as well as educational affairs. So which setup is country X practicing? जो कंट्री एक्स है उसका नेम नहीं पूछा, उसने पूछा कौन सा सेटअप ये प्रैक्टिस कर रही है. You have studied in your book, right? So it was Belgian community government model. What was this? Belgian community government model. B option is correct. Next, separation of powers among the executive, legislature and judiciary ensures that. What does these separation of powers among these three organs of government ensures that no single organs exercises unlimited authority, and this arrangement is known as, very easy, yes, horizontal distribution of power. B option is absolutely correct. Next one, political scientist argues that sharing power prevents violent social confrontation and stabilizes governance. This reasoning is primarily based on which of the following 4 options? Which will be the correct option here? Moral considerations of democratic spirit? No. Prudential considerations of outcome based benefits? Yes. This is the answer. Let's check more. 2 more options. Ethical imperatives of minority rule? No. Legal precedents in international courts. No, this is not. B option is correct. Absolutely. In a democratic system of checks and balances, how does the judiciary ensures power equilibrium? Very important question. Fifth one. How does the judiciary ensure power equilibrium? By drafting annual economic budgets for states? No. Budget creation is strictly an a financial duty of executive branch, है ना? जुडिशरी नहीं करता, ये कौन करता है? एग्जीक्यूटिव करता है. अगर एग्जीक्यूटिव पूछा होता तो ये करेक्ट होना था. बाय अपॉइंटिंग लीडर्स टू द नेशनल लेजिस्लेचर? नो. दिस इज डन बाय मेंबर्स ऑफ पार्लियामेंट. By reviewing laws passed by legislature and actions of executive? Yes, C option is correct. By controlling Fed, this is also done by executive. Here C option is the correct answer. Judiciary ensure power equilibrium by reviewing laws passed by legislature and action of executive. Done. Next one. Now we are done with power sharing, important MCQs. Now the next chapter, federalism. Which of the following subjects falls strictly within the union list to maintain national administrative uniformity? Very easy question. Yes, what will be the answer? This is belongs to the state list, Hana, police, agriculture, state list, defense. Yes, absolutely. This is belongs to union list, trade, state list. So C option is correct. Next one, very important. As new technologies like artificial intelligence, space, robotics emerge after the constitution was written, जब constitution लिखा गया उसके बाद कहते many technologies have been there in our country like artificial intelligence and space robotics. Who possesses the exclusive legislative power to frame laws on them? Who possesses the exclusive legislative power to frame laws on them? Individual state assemblies under the state list? No. Union parliament under residuary powers? Yes, this is the correct option. Rest of the options are incorrect. अच्छा, local bodies जो local municipal corporation, what does it do? What is function? To handle civic amenities. Eighth one. Unlike coming together federations like USA, India is a holding together federation, that you know. What is the key structural outcome of this distinction? What is the key structural outcome of this distinction? State governments hold supreme veto power over central policies. No. This happens only during the emergencies. Central government tends to be significantly stronger. Yes, this is the correct option. अच्छा, ये जो है ऑल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट यूनिट असेंबली पावर्स विदाउट एक्सेप्शन आइडेंटिकल ऑटोनोमस, कौन से एक्ट के अंडर है ये? आर्टिकल 371 कैन बी आस्क्ड इन एग्जाम. चलो नेक्स्ट वन. The 73rd and 74th constitutional amendments passed in 1992 aim to strengthen democracy by abolishing state legislative assemblies, mandating regular elections, and reserving seats for women in local bodies, centralizing tax collection, completely dissolving the collection commission. Hanji, what will be the correct option? Dissolving the election commission? No. Centralizing tax collection completely? No. Mandating regular elections and reserving seats? Yes, this is a correct option. Done. Next one. Which constitutional body is mandated to conduct independent local body elections in every Indian state? Which constitutional body is mandated? In every Indian state. इन इंडियन कंट्री नहीं पूछ रहा, इन एवरी इंडियन स्टेट. इलेक्शन कमीशन ऑफ इंडिया तो ओवरऑल है ना, स्टेट में स्टेट इलेक्शन कमीशन है ना. डन. एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. नाउ एनी डाउट? लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट चैप्टर, एमसीक्यूज इकोनॉमिक्स चैप्टर, डेवलपमेंट. World Bank uses per capita income as the principal metric to compare countries in its World Development Report. What is the key limitation of this method? You have to identify the key limitation of this method. It fails to calculate total national output. Wrong. टोटल नेशनल आउटपुट अगर आपको आएगा तो जीडीपी बाय जीएनआई है ना. It hides internal income disparities and distribution among citizens. Yes, this is a key limitation. It measures. These were not the key limitations, so B option is absolutely correct. Done. Next one. An engineer rejects a job offering rupees 15 lakh per annum, is an unstable, polluted region and accepts a rupees 10 lakh offer with job security, healthcare, clean environment. What developmental concept does this scenario illustrate? Dekho, the company was offering more here, but he accepted the job offer with this one. Why? Because it provides him the job security, healthcare and clean environment, and that was unstable, polluted region and not good for him. He felt for that, so he goes with the offer 10 lakh. Okay, 10 lakh per annum. So what developmental concept does this scenario illustrate? कौन से concept को पता लगता है यहाँ पर? Income is sole criteria for the personal welfare? No. People evaluate a mix of goals beyond monetary gain. Economic growth automatically causes no. Non-material needs are irrelevant to standard of living. Everything must be suitable so that the person should be healthy and no obstructions are there on the way, so that he can smoothly do his or her job. So B option is absolutely correct. People evaluate a mix of goals beyond monetary gain. Done. Last 13th one. Two more questions are there. If a country with a population of 2000 has a total national income rupees 1 crore, what is its per capita income? Per capita income is generally what is the formula for calculating per capita income? Very important. The formula is total national income upon total population. Substitute the values. Total national income is 1 crore, 7 zeros. Total population is 2000. Number of people 2000. 3 zeros, 2 ones are 5. So we get 5000. So rupees 5000 is our answer. B option. Done. Clear? Sustainable development is the best defined as economic progress that. Sustainable development कहते बेस्ट कैसे डिफाइन कर सकते हैं हम? जब इकोनॉमिक प्रोग्रेस के साथ हम बात करें. विद रिस्पेक्ट टू इकोनॉमिक प्रोग्रेस, हाउ कैन यू डिफाइन सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट इन बेस्ट वे? Maximizes resource extraction to boost GDP quickly. No. Meets current societal needs without compromising future generations. हाँ absolutely. यही गलत है बहुत. यही ठीक है बेटा. बी वाला. Why does UNDP, Human Development Index, HDI, present a more holistic assessment of development than World Bank's income criterion? UNDP जो है, that is Human Development Index, present a more holistic assessment of development as compared to World Bank. क्यों? Why there is a, what is the reason that Human Development Index present a more holistic assessment? Hmm. What will be the correct option? It focuses strictly on military budget allocations? No. It evaluates only agricultural productivity rates? No. It ranks countries based on natural resource reserve? No, absolutely incorrect. It combines health status, life expectancy, and education levels with income? Yes, absolutely done. B option is correct here. Done. Now there are few assertion and reason questions. First one, C. Tyranny of majority is not just harmful to minority groups but frequently brings disaster to the majority community as well. You know what is the meaning of this word? You know the meaning of this word? A system where one leader or small group holds power and use its, you can say, and use it in wrong way, वो अपनी पावर का गलत इस्तेमाल करे. That system is known as tyranny. Okay, so in this tyranny of the majority, tyranny of the majority is not just harmful to minority groups but frequently brings disaster to majority community as well. Is it true? How is it true and why? हार्मफुल तो है ही है, साथ कहते हैं कि मतलब फ्रीक्वेंटली डिजास्टर. एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. ए इज एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट बेटा. मेजोरिटेरियन, मेजोरिटेरियन पॉलिसीज ट्रिगर सोशल डिवीजन, पॉलिटिकल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट, थ्रेटन द कोर इंटीग्रिटी ऑफ द नेशन. पढ़ा है ना आपने चैप्टर में बेटा? व्हेन अ गवर्नमेंट इंप्लीमेंट्स मेजोरिटेरियन पॉलिसीज, what happens? Then it triggers a social division and political conflict which directly threatening national unity. है ना? So it is also true. And reason is correct explanation of A. Both are linked. So A option is correct. Okay, done. Both A and R are true and R is correct explanation of A. Now, one assertion reason of this of federalism chapter. Both union and state governments can enact legislation on subjects listed in the concurrent list. True or false? True, absolutely done. Reason, according when a legislative conflict arises on a concurrent subject, state law prevails over union law. Is it true? When a legislative conflict arises on a concurrent subject, state law beta नहीं prevail करता over union law. Union law prevails over state law. Okay. So R is wrong, A is true. A is true and R is correct. Sorry, A is true, R is incorrect. A is true, R is false. Done. Last one. Kerala records a significantly lower infant mortality rate than Bihar, despite not having the highest per capita income. Kerala possesses well developed public healthcare infrastructure, sanitation, and universal basic education. Absolutely true, beta. Kerala records a significant lower infant mortality rate, and Kerala possesses well developed public. Yeah, and R is linked with this. So both A and R are true. And R is correct explanation of A. Done. So we are done with this. Now we will discuss the next part tomorrow. So thank you so much, everyone.